Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef from guruscooking.in with spinach and corn cheese sandwich. Please make a note of the ingredients. We'll begin by boiling our sweet corn, for which I have used a vegetable steamer. Placing it on a gas stove, we'll be adding 3 cups of water followed by a quarter teaspoon of salt and mix it thoroughly. We'll be cooking at a medium flame, and only when the water starts boiling and you can see the steam coming out is when you'll be adding the sweet corn. Please do not use too much sweet corn. We've just used a quarter cup, and to better cook this, we'll place a lid on the top of this vessel and cook it for around 5 to 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, this is how it looks. We'll keep this aside. It's time for us to cut palak. Palak is also called spinach, and it has got a lot of mud content. So we'll be using 2 bunches of palak in this recipe. Here is 1 bunch. We'll first get rid of the stem content. The stem is the part which is on the right. So this stem content we'll get rid, discard and throw it into the dustbin. And the left part is your palak or spinach leaves. They've got a lot of mud content. We'll pass them through some running cold water and wash it thoroughly, rinse it. And once you have done that, here we are. We need to slice this into fine slices. So bend it, hold it nicely and firm tight. Use a knife and slice it. So this is what we do with 1 bunch of spinach. And spinach condenses when you boil it, so it will reduce to very less, though it looks a lot right now. Henceforth we'll be using 1 more bunch now, and we'll treat the another bunch in the same manner like we did with this previous bunch. So come, let's repeat the same process. But of course I wouldn't show you the whole thing because you've already seen it. I hope you understand. So I've followed the same procedure and I've got more palak. Here it is, double in size. It looks a lot, but it will reduce to very less. So now friends, we'll be boiling it, for which I am using 1 liter of clean drinking water in a vessel, and we are boiling it at a high flame. We'll be adding in 1 teaspoon of sugar and a quarter teaspoon of salt. We'll mix it thoroughly, and this mixture is called brine. So sugar, salt and water mixed together is called brine. In this brine mixture, we'll be placing our palak only when the water comes to a boil. Now remember, palak looks really great when it is light green in color and retains its natural texture. Sometimes when you cook, you see it becomes dark green. It doesn't really look good. That happens because when you are boiling the palak, or in our case like we are blanching it. What is the difference between boiling and blanching? I'll let you know soon. So when you are boiling or blanching the palak, by covering your vessel with a lid, the gases are not able to transfer out of the vessel and they are trapped in. That's called oxidization. And because of that, your palak turns to become dark and dead. So it looks dark green in color. That is why you have observed I do not cover it with a lid. Now once you have cooked this palak for 5 minutes in an open pan by boiling it, we'll be transferring it quickly by passing it through a sieve into a vessel. We'll discard the water, we don't need that. And blanching is a process of shocking an object by removing it from hot water and transferring it to cold water. That is what blanching is. So now we'll be blanching your palak and immediately transferring this to cold water without wasting much time. So in another vessel I've taken ice cubes and I'll be pouring in water there. And in this we'll be soaking our palak, and you've also seen that the palak has reduced in size a lot. What this does is it stops the process of the palak cooking any further, and it also retains the amazing light green colors of your palak. That is what you wanted, isn't it? Amazing. So here we are, and that concludes the cooking of palak, at least for now. We'll now extract this palak into a different vessel, and the water, it's of no use to us. We'll discard the water once again. But the palak, as you can see, still contains water content, so we need to get rid of that. Henceforth, with your clean hands, squeeze the excess water completely out of your palak and then only save your palak. There should be no water content in your palak whatsoever. So friends, finally the palak is here, and if I press it and show you, there is no excess water content. As you can see, it's time for us now to cook it and prepare our sauce. I've taken a pot. This is a cooking pot. Cooking at a low flame, we'll be adding in 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and then we'll follow up with something important, butter, that will melt into your mouth. This is 10 grams of Amul butter, and that is salted butter. The reason we added oil first and then butter is because if you add butter directly and get it in contact with the vessel, the butter will burn and turn dark. See, now it looks amazing in color, isn't it? That is because it's floating on top of the oil and not in direct contact with the vessel. Remember, cook at a low flame, and when the butter melts, you'll be adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, fresh garlic, which has been minced, or the garlic paste. When the garlic melts, you'll be adding in 1/2 tablespoon of Maida or all-purpose flour, and please cook at a low flame and constantly stir it, because we want to avoid lumps at any cost, and that is our major concern here. When you can smell it in the air and it is totally cooked, you'll be adding in milk. I want to add 100 milliliters of milk here. That is approximately around 1/2 cup of milk. But don't add all the milk at once. Add it gradually. First I added only 3 tablespoons and then I poured in the whole. The temperature of the milk is cold. If it is cold, I assure you there will be no lumps created. So you always use cold milk. And once it is cooked for 3-4 minutes, you'll be adding in the corn which has been boiled and the spinach which has been blanched. Can you see this amazing light green colors of the spinach? They look so beautiful, isn't it? Remember, we cooked the spinach in an open pan. We didn't cover the lid, and hence we retained the beautiful colors. Friends, now we are almost done. Keep cooking this at a low flame only. Do not increase the flame too high, because you are cooking a milk product, and milk product should always be cooked at a low flame with love. So while cooking at a low flame, keep stirring it. This will take you around 3 to 4 minutes maximum. And as the milk reduces in consistency, as the sauce reduces in consistency, you will soon see you'll be done. We'll be pouring in 1 teaspoon of salt and also some crushed fresh black pepper. I'm sorry, in this video you were not able to see the black pepper because my hands were on the left side. I'll take care of that the next time. But I added around 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So I think we're almost done. And when this sauce condenses, put off the lid, transfer the contents into a bowl. Spread it nicely, and there is no need for you to wait for it to cool down, because we want to add something which will melt into this. Yes, cheese. This is some 1 cube of Amul processed cheese, and we'll grate it nicely and go for a whirlpool by mixing it like this. The cheese will melt into this in no time. And I assure you, it will also melt into your mouth when you eat it in no time. So ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this stuffing now. It's time for us to get in those good boys, the bread slices. So these are normal bread slices that we eat, not the sandwich ones which are big in size. As you can see when you look at my hand, you can also use the big sandwich size breads, the way you like it. Now we'll cut it into a triangle, and the rest of the part, stuff it. So use a nice big quantity heap, cover it. And here is your spinach and corn cheese sandwich. You can grill it also, my friends, by putting it on a pan, or you can eat it just like that. What are you waiting for? Make it today. Ileana and I am sharing an amazing news with you. We are so happy and glad to have received an overwhelming response from our subscribers. And we've decided to offer an Amazon gift voucher worth rupees 10,000 every month to one lucky subscriber. So what are you waiting for? If you haven't subscribed now, do it by clicking on the subscribe button below. Get lucky. Please make a note of the cooking instructions. Along with the spinach and corn cheese sandwich, you can also make some dips or chutneys, which I'm going to show you soon at the end of this video. Here are those different recipes that you can try, and please do like and share this video, my friends, with your friends if you liked it. Thank you so much.